style. Yeah. Yeah. Oh, you know what? What am I doing? I don't need any reverb or delay, huh? Let's go. Let's go. Let's go. Hey. Look, buddy boy. Yo, you ain't nothing but a puppy boy. Woof, woof. You're little like Scrappy-Doo. Yo, you hang on to my Scooby-Doo. Boy, let's get one thing straight. I ain't never gonna let you be great. Because you're not. You're worthless as a thought that went unnoticed. Hey, the best ideas go unnoticed. Hey, the best ideas in the world never get written down. Hey. Hey, boogeyman, boogeyman this, boogeyman this. Hey, boy, what did you think you was doing? Come up in my crib and start dissing my mama. Hey, nothing wrong with that. Nothing wrong with that, oh boy. Look, you came up in my driveway. You tried to diss me by doxing me. Hey, nothing wrong with that. That's not illegal. That's not illegal. Boom! Suck my dick. Hey,
At Fiverr, we offer 3D
welcome to the
services. But you,
I was talking about my lighter. Suck my Bic lighter, okay?
Who has a neighbor who could do it.
Hey.
We also know a guy,
Hey.
Sebastian,
Oh my
a freelance expert.
Battle rap, dude. Come on, bruh. Oh god, this is hard. This is hard right here. Anyways, we're gonna make us some battle rap animations today. And we're gonna show you how easy and fast and fun it is when you use the speed of light. Now, I've been thinking, since we use the speed of light to measure, that had me thinking, hey, listen, you know how they say nothing can go past the speed of light? Or nothing can go the speed of light. Because what they mean is nothing with mass can exceed the speed of light, which is 660 million miles per hour. Now, why do they say that? Because there's not enough mass or energy to propel it. Like, we can't even go 25,000 miles per hour with what do they call that? Blue energy? Anyways, they have ways of going 10s, 20s, 30,000 miles per hour in outer space. Yes, we've gotten that fast. 25,000 miles per hour. It only took a week to go 1,000,000 miles. Right? But that's not the point. The point is, if you cannot go the speed of light, that means, what does that mean, Joe? Oh, that means our measurements are off. That means our measurements will always be off. Think about it. You see something, and it takes 2 seconds for you to see the moon. For the light to come from the moon and hit your retina, it takes 2 seconds. It takes 8 minutes for the light to come from the sun and bounce off your retina. So if the world ended, we wouldn't, because the sun blew up, we wouldn't know for 8 minutes. So it'd be over before we even knew it. The people that died in that submarine, remember that? When they went down to see the Titanic and explore, and it imploded? That imploded in a millisecond. Not enough time for the pain registers to reach the brain. They were splatted. They were eviscerated instantly in a millisecond, bro. It went like this, literally. And it was over. They didn't feel a thing, dude. They didn't have time to panic. Oh, maybe they did panic, though. But at least they didn't feel any pain. So that's the good thing. But anyways, what are we talking about here? Oh. No, Joe, I just totally forgot what I was talking about. Oh, Joe, you gotta back it up. Oh, no. I remember now. If you hear sound travels through the air at 860 miles per hour or something like that. 800 miles per hour. Or 780 miles per hour is Mach 1. Okay, no, I'm gonna figure that one out. What is the speed of sound? I was close. 767 miles per hour. 343 milliseconds. At 20 degrees Celsius, it's 767 miles per hour. Now, they call that Mach 1. So, when a jet plane flies faster than 667 miles per hour, it breaks Mach 1, and there's what's called a sonic boom. Why? Because the jet is traveling faster than sound, and it breaks the bubble. It breaks that tension bubble. So here's what I'm getting at, folks. If you really want to stop and think about this, it's pretty weird. All our measurements have been off. All our measurements have always been off. It's like using a broken yardstick. Because if you don't use the speed of light as your yardstick, then everything else is wrong. Now think about it. You have a tape measure, right? What if one of those tape measures was off by just a millimeter? You know, that happens in the production process. Somebody was, something happened and they got distracted. And now that measurement is off by a millimeter. And you're probably like, Joe, well, that doesn't matter if it's off by a millimeter. Yes, it does. Because it proactively messes up the further and further you go down the line. Like, they don't know precisely. Who's to say what precise is? You get my drift? There's no way to measure anything precisely unless it's the speed of light. You can't even say that 100 miles per hour is 100 miles per hour. Compared to what? You can't even say, hey, I'm walking down the street at 2 miles per hour. Compared to what? Don't you know that the Earth is turning at 25,000 miles per hour? Plus we're winging around a galaxy at 25,000 miles per hour? Plus we're floating through space at 25,000 miles per hour? You're not comparing it to the true rule stick. You're comparing it to something that you made up in your mind that you said was it. And it's not it because it's not even close to being precise. You look at a clock on a wall. Who's to say that's wrong? Who's to say that that's right? Who's to say the clock on the wall? Well, a clock on the wall can be wrong, but still be right twice a day. Did you know that? We're talking about things that, who's to say there's 12 hours in a day? Who said that? There could be 150 billion trillion hours in a day. And we don't even know it. We just say, oh, well, there's 12 hours a day. Well, what if it was 1 billion hours a day? Well, I would feel tired then. No, you wouldn't. Compared to what? What are you comparing it to? Look, if you use a ruler and it's off by 1 millimeter, by the time you measure, like your yardstick is not measuring where the moon is. No, it's not measuring where the sun is. It's not measuring where Cygnus X1 is either. That's because if your measuring stick is off by 1 millimeter, that means 20,000 light years away, your mistake is going to be 10 to the 20th power. Don't you understand? If you use a yardstick that's off 1 millimeter, okay, and then you start measuring, it gets wider. The mistake gets wider and wider and wider. Yes, it does. So, why even measure at all? That's just screwing everybody up, man. Look, your mistake is huge. Okay, what are you getting at, Joe? Anyways, I'm just saying, folks, don't believe what they tell you. There ain't 12 hours a day, there ain't 12 inches in a foot, and there ain't 760 miles per hour in a sound. It's all made up from somebody else's reference point. That's what I'm saying. It's like Einstein. Everything is relative to itself. It depends on where the observer is, what the observer is doing. Is the observer moving or not moving? Don't you understand? Because we have a mixed up world, bro.